Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to BattleTech Heavy Metal, where we are going to continue today to drop that heavy metal. It turns out this mission has a minimum overall lance tonnage. We must bring the big robots. They demand it. So, Commander, we're planning a joint patrol operation with our allies in a dangerous region of the planet. We're expecting trouble, but these joint exercises are part of a larger diplomatic effort, and it's critical that they succeed. So get in there and make that happen. This is a lot of money. It's only a 4-skull mission, so the mechs that we see are going to be a little bit less impressive. I'm realizing now, hold on a second, I'm going to tab out. I'm realizing now I did not mark off the new designs that we got. So we finished a Stalker, we finished... What was the other thing we finished? Hold on. Now we got to go back, because I don't remember already. In storage, there we go. We finished that Cyclops. That's right, I don't care about that, that's not on the list. Okay, well we've marked off the Stalker now. So how much priority salvage do we want to take here? We can get to 521... I mean, I'm looking at the list of heavies and assaults that we still need to put together. I'm thinking we probably still want to go pretty deep. And I like this a lot. I like gaining 2 points of priority salvage while only losing 1 tick of money. Let's take it like this. God, it's so hard to know how many pieces of good loot we're going to see. Let's take it like this. So 2 slots are minimum 80 tons, 2 slots are minimum 40 tons. Well, we can certainly satisfy this, although I wish these were in reverse order, because this is going to mean the heaviest mechs going first, which is obviously not the way we want it to go. So we're looking at another urban environment. Honestly, it might be nice to bring a catapult. We get quite a lot of volleys out of this thing. It's just like direct fire can be a little bit difficult to put together in an urban environment. And we already have so much reliance on it. Yeah, we'll bring the catapult. I know it's a little unusual for this. So let's see. We want crews piloting that thing. Who do we want in the Annihilator? I guess if we can't have tire fire, it is uncrackable. We want it to be somebody who has breaching shot, right? And the hoplite can be driven by sourdough? You know, that's not terrible. I guess trampoline works too. Everybody has Tactics 9 now except for Steamfitter. And this is not the time to train him up. So is it multi-shot, sensor lock, and master tactician, or bulwark, sensor lock, and master tactician? It's probably you. This could still be very difficult. We should not sandbag on the pilots. Okay, I feel pretty good about those, though. The Marauder having sensor lock makes some decent sense. There are some turns where it does not have a very clean shot, and somebody's got to set up vision for the LRMs, so I have high hopes here. I think we're going to be okay. We just came through a 4-skull mission with a 5-skull mission, a bona fide 5-skull mission with nary a scratch, or rather almost all of our armor peeled off in combat, but no structural damage. So yeah, you could say I'm feeling optimistic about it. Darius noting that they want us to bring the big guns. Yeah, that's what they said. Sometimes I feel like he's not really yielding us any extra information at all. What is his job, anyway? In fact, I think he's the one who gets the missions for us, right? So all the text that was written here telling us that they wanted us to bring the big guns, that was him. And then he just also felt the need to reiterate it to me in person with voice. I guess that does not speak very highly of his opinion of me. Also, I'm a little worried about how long this is taking. I know we're loading into a an urban mission and everything. There's a lot of stuff around, but there we go. A little worried. I was a little worried it was never going to happen. Okay, we're looking at a complex, messy situation here. Primary objective is to assist in the destruction of a Davian lance. We have to protect the Capellan lance. And an allied Caretan lance. In theory, they're the ones doing all the work. In practice, I will be the ones doing all the work. Once the primary target is down, get our friends to their evac zone. Okay. That doesn't sound that bad, actually. Alright, we got Capellans. He's just giving me the exact same information Darius gave me. Still the same information again. Okay. Like I said, I like these multi-force missions. I like the urban stuff, so this is probably going to be a cool one again. We think the enemy is just kind of like generally this way, right? Boy, look at how fast this crab is when Sourdough drives it. She knows a thing or two about mech physics. 70-tonner. Do we want the Marauder to commit this? Here, we'll commit over here behind this building. And then you can stay nice and far back. Man, that's a lot of destroyed cars. For no real reason, even.
Bandit.
We're going to be spending a lot of time watching animations here, I think. That feels a little dangerous. I'm gonna... The thing is, the earlier I get vision, the more likely it is that the AI will actually fire on our behalf. So at the risk of maybe putting myself in grave danger here. What is that? That is a... Oh, that is a king crab. That's what that is. You know, just your standard everyday king crab. Can we? Yes, we can. Come on, luck. Of course we got it. What's luck? Who even needs luck? Okay, now any allies we have with LRMs can at least do something with them. This is some solid camera work. We really got to see that tree. Is that another grasshopper, maybe, with that number of laser weapons? Grasshopper with Master Tactician? I'm not going to have camera control for quite some time, I think, so everybody get used to it. Oh, it's Party Mech. Hunchback for partying.
Oh, that really hurt. My
Damn it.
armor's getting stripped off.
We sure do get shot in the head a lot.
Hey.
Alright, the catapult. What are we doing with you? Who is receiving the catapult damage? It's probably the grasshopper. I think the grasshopper is the most dangerous thing out here. You know that Kintaro's not nothing. Maybe that's the move. Oof, wow, that's really bad. Okay, I'm inside optimal range there. It's just really bad. I guess Grizzly doesn't have a ton of gunnery, so... Kinda wish we'd brought the Dragonfly. This thing would have a hard time keeping up. Yeah, alright, the Kintaro's maybe the least dangerous of the enemies. So I guess let's do this. We have to start doing damage to the Grasshopper at some point here. Its evasion has to get stripped, etc. And this will still, you know, a significant number of these missiles will make contact. Also, pretty happy about that large laser landing. Wow, that is a strong paint job. Gotta appreciate the audacity there.
Roger that, Commander.
So 4 medium lasers and a large laser versus 8 medium lasers. I actually think the Hunchback is a little bit more dangerous. Ooh, he's much harder to hit, though. Yeah, never mind. The hit percentages are making up the decision here.
Now let's see how you handle this.
Okay,
Reporting. Critical hit.
getting him pretty close to the knockdown. Obviously, the crab can finish that job easily.
What can I do for you?
I don't think we're going to bother firing the AC-20. I think we're going to conserve valuable ammunition here. The LB-20X ought to be enough to get this done.
Uh-huh. Another hit like that and you're toast.
It is basically just like firing a mech-sized wall of lead at them. The inbound Leopard with Davian livery. Okay, that's fine. By the time it gets here, we'll be done with these guys. Although I guess the real danger isn't that we would get caught out. It's that our allied mechs would get caught out. Okay. A little bit of a breakthrough.
Yes, Commander.
Boy, you need to back way up, probably. See about finishing off the grasshopper, maybe? I could try to go for the head. Nah, let's just do this. Maybe I'm not going to be finishing anything off at this damage level. Well, we'll aim here.
Target confirmed. Reporting critical hit.
So there's at least 3 points of damage on that pilot now, in addition to all the torso damage. Okay, one of those missiles hit the head. Not bad. Just as everybody gets over here, all of a sudden this is going to not be the place where the battle's happening anymore.
I'm here.
Man, our allies are not doing any meaningful damage at all to this thing. You know, there's still, like, the Kintaro still exists and is still dangerous, so maybe we should move up and try to make sure we're doing something about that. I guess we should focus, one problem at a time.
Okay.
Alright, my suspicion is that thing is not going to last the turn. It's weird that so many mechs going in after the same enemy
Skipper.
can find themselves completely unable to do damage anywhere but a single location like that.
Acknowledged.
It's like there's something about that arm that's just so shiny. Can't help but try to murder it.
Engaging target.
Also, we got his left torso. You know, just for good measure. Just so he understands how thoroughly he got killed.
Good to go. I read you, Commander. Moving out.
Do we want to aim this shot? We're not going to get his center torso. But I bet we can take out that weapon panel on the side. And again, we're definitely just saving UAC-20 shots.
Roger that. Firing on target. There's more where that came from.
Well, he's seen better days. Alright, reinforcements aren't part of our contract. You do not, in fact, have to kill them. Just, you know, keep the friendlies
Show 'em
alive.
what you got.
I will say, I'm pretty disappointed so far with our salvage opportunities. It would be pretty cool if the reinforcements at least had some good mechs for us to salvage.
Waiting for orders.
I don't think we need to do anything fancy here. Let's just save some resolve.
All weapons are go.
The last primary target is down, man.
We do actually... Maybe I should have been a little more careful there, because we do actually still need some Hunchback 4P parts. Okay, we're headed for the LZ. I mean, I should at least have a look at these guys. Oh no, never mind. 55, like... Alright, everybody's leaving, except for me. My guess is they're not going to come over here and help me either. 70 to 65. Yeah,
No.
that group of mechs over there totally might be worth killing just to add their stuff to the salvage pool. So I guess let's get on it. Boy, they sure are taking their sweet time here. Okay, so that's just a grasshopper, which we do not need another of. One is enough.
10-4.
Shadowhawk Catapult C4? C4 is not even a base game mech. So yeah, we're not going to get very much out of fighting these guys. I've already jumped in here, so we may as well finish the job with this mech, but on the whole,
Locking off with all weapons.
on the whole, this is not necessarily a good use of our time fighting these dudes. And I wonder how much our allies are going to help us here. Do we want to just engage? We do still need that Shadowhawk, actually. Yeah, you know what? Let's just try to take him down.
Don't need to tell me twice.
Now see, this really feels like a moment for the AC-20. By the way, we are absolutely going to end up with a second grasshopper here. We're just seeing them as enemies, every enemy slot in every mission.
Gotcha.
That is a pleasing amount of damage.
Hey.
And Grizzly could... Okay, we can get a direct line of sight on that one guy, apparently.
Okay.
This is the downside of standing on top of a building like that. Actually, can I shoot the building? Yeah, we can totally just destroy this building. We probably don't need to use all of this stuff. Let's turn off the 15s.
Locking in target.
Okay, that's quite a fall. That should have an effect.
Oh, hell yes. It's on now.
Well, it looks like they intend to help us. I kind of thought they would just run for their exit. And by kind of thought, obviously, I mean absolutely thought. I gotta stop putting my mechs so close together.
You need me to hold still for you?
Orders.
That guy has 4 evasion. That definitely makes things harder.
Coordinates received.
Okay, so it took 90 damage to each leg. That's an amount of damage we can definitely capitalize on. Like, killing that mech by taking out both of its legs seems very viable.
Firing on target.
I don't know why I ever doubted her. Sourdough doesn't even have the super great shooting stats. Very teched for other stuff. But it turns out the Marauder knows what you want, and it will shoot that. Well, it won't shoot what you know what I mean. It doesn't actually say that we have to... Oh, no, okay, it says it up there. So we only have to keep one mech from each lance alive, which means I don't have to stress about stuff like that at all. In fact, it's pure good for me when the enemies target my allies. Yeah, I guess we'll work on the grasshopper. We could probably get some decent stability damage going here. Do I want to aim for the legs? Probably not. Not with this mech. Oh, I forget to re-engage the other LRMs. It wouldn't have been enough to knock him over or anything. That could be a lot scarier. We are standing tall through that one. Wait, where did that even happen?
Ready to rock.
Sometimes the close-ups reduce clarity rather than increasing it. So he got really close to us. We can absolutely just throw a punch. While even staying in cover, although maybe exposing my back. I think I would rather shoot in a more traditional manner. Which is to say with giant autocannons. Probably don't want to give up the forest, though. There's no way to move around in here enough to maintain the evasion. I guess I can just jump for my evasion. Sorry, we're definitely going to want to do this, and this, and... Oh, that's depressing. There we go. Okay, we only get 3 shots at this head thing.
Copy that.
Man, I hit him too. It just wasn't enough. It seems like maybe only some of the allied mechs have decided that they care about the mission. So we can knock you down easily. And then we can just shoot at you and fish for damage and stuff.
On my way.
So if we were to split weapons, probably we just put the LB-20X into the grasshopper to knock it down and make it easier to kill. Which means you get the other stuff. We're probably not going to bother firing the UAC this turn. I just think with the recoil penalty and everything, we gotta give that one a breather. Trying to get lucky and get a random headshot. Alright, that guy is almost certainly doomed. So yeah, the Cretan Lance is just leaving.
Good to go.
Just abandoning us here. Like we weren't even real friends. Can you imagine?
Moving to position.
I wish I could split the damage across multiple body parts, because this is going to be overkill. Or it's not going to be overkill. What if it wasn't?
What now?
We should probably back up. There's no reason for me to be this close to the action.
Moving to position.
And we're going to try working the other leg, since it looks like this one will be easy enough to take out.
I hope this hurts.
Well, I accidentally completely obliterated a bunch of buildings.
Didn't expect that.
I mean, accidentally. Listen, I wasn't thinking about it, and it just kind of happened. Alright, I think this should be very easy. Very easy to put him back on his back, and then from there, very easy to finish the job. So I think I actually want to use the crab for this.
Ready to rock.
So we're in a position where either of the lasers to either of the
I
legs
hear ya.
totally does the thing. I guess we could fire the LB-20X.
Special delivery. When I shoot you,
Oh, we did hit the other leg. It just wasn't for very much. Stupid defenses. Well, something tells me that guy's not getting back up. Although maybe the enemy will... Or the enemy. Maybe the AI is not going to help us work this out. Boy, that seems like a crazy thing to do, huh?
Mama can hit harder than that.
Like, all of your enemies are right there. They couldn't be any more right there. Why would you run up like this? It seems like you're trying to die. And listen, far be it from me to judge you or anything. We all yearn, sometimes,
I'm there.
for the sweet release of giant robot death. Okay. Any gun gets the job done. That said, I think these are the three we have. Okay. That's all done, and then we buried him under a building.
It's go time.
So I'm hoping that if we kill this catapult, the mission just ends and it doesn't make me run anywhere.
Receiving you.
Do I want you in this close? Probably not. Especially considering that you are already damaged. You have enough resolve for 2 aimed shots. I mean, it makes a lot of sense for one of them to be the Marauder. I think that last laser, yeah. Okay. Easy.
Mech destroyed.
We even kept everybody else alive. That was not exactly what I was expecting from the difficulty rating. So I don't know that we actually got 5 pieces of important priority salvage here. I guess let's have a look. Also, we're going through pilots at an incredible rate. So we don't need the C4. We could complete a C4, but it's not on the completion list. Party back totally is. The Kintaro totally is, and we don't have one yet. Oh, I guess we ought to finish the Shadowhawk, right? Okay, so that gets us a Shadowhawk 2H, which I don't think is a particularly good mech. Okay, so we got a Kintaro party mech. Yeah, that's not terribly surprising. We got some grasshopper parts. It turns out there were a couple of grasshoppers in that mission. See, I think part of what makes it difficult, aside from the stuff that we've talked about before with reinforcements, part of what makes it difficult to get an accurate read on the difficulty of a BattleTech mission is how different the lethality of mechs that are the same weight can be. Like, there are some 85-ton mechs that are terrifying in combat, and some that are total garbage. Or rather, 80 tons, because I'm thinking, when I say total garbage, I'm thinking of that triple PPC awesome, which is very not awesome. Okay, I have a thing that has to be taken care of real quick here, so it'll just be a second for you guys. Be right back. Okay, sorry about that. We are back, and it's time to do another one of these 4 skulls. I'm definitely having more fun with the more difficult missions. Although, honestly, 4 skulls is probably low enough that we still should be imposing some kind of strictures. I don't know, let's get through this planet, and then we'll talk. I talked a few episodes ago, at this point probably like 2 or 3 weeks ago, because time is a difficult concept, about having some ideas for ways to make lower difficulty missions more interesting, and I've developed those ideas. There's a thing. It's going to happen. Let's get through this first. So, we have an urgent problem that needs immediate military response, Commander. We've just detected multiple pirate dropships en route to one of our supply bases. Logistics bases are generally protected by automated turret systems, but this attack force is much larger than those systems were meant for, so provide additional firepower in case the turrets aren't enough. As a person who has fought an awful lot of turrets in my day, I can tell you right now, the turrets are not enough. That's not going to work. So, Again, we're on 4 skulls. We didn't exactly get a ton of valuable loot off of the last one, and so I'm wondering about maybe going a little bit more cash, a little bit less salvage here. Especially since, as it is a base defense, we know there will be bonus objectives. We're at 4.5 million, which is not necessarily enough to go nuts at a black market site. And I would, obviously, love to be able to go nuts at a black market. So yeah, maybe we take a little bit more money. 2 pieces of priority salvage, 3 pieces. It's so... Man, it's so hard to know what the number of pieces of valuable salvage will be. And we have so much time left, too. That's another thing that's worth noting, is that we're not actually in a huge hurry to gather these mech pieces, because we do have over half of our time remaining. We got to make sure we get them, but I'm gonna take it as 2-8. I don't want to take no priority salvage. That's a fair amount of money. Bonuses on that will be meaningful. Yeah. Working for the Capellans. Can you imagine? So the hoplite took very minor structural damage, right? Yeah, like totally superficial. Left arm only has normal medium lasers in it. That's fine. I have no problem running this thing. We should probably put something in. Yeah, that's right. The head has a rangefinder in it, so we can't get a very important rangefinder, in fact. So we can't get an injury reduction cockpit in there. I guess we'll put trampoline in. Do I want to have trampoline driving maybe the Annihilator? I'm just thinking that it's nice for the person in the hoplite to have high gunnery. Nah, we'll do this. And again, that gives the hoplite sensor lock, which is... Obviously, sensor lock would be a little bit better on the crab, but also the crab needs to be tough. Do we want to swap cruise and trampoline, maybe? Crab Axon 2 can aim its weapons at different things. I'm definitely leery of crab without coolant vent, though. We'll do it like this. It's the hidden cost of the UAC-20 on top of the weight, on top of the short range, is the fact that it basically requires coolant vent. A pilot who knows what the hell they're doing in there with the managing of the coolant, because otherwise you will melt your mech. Shoot the UAC-20 and then that arm just falls right off because you overheated the joint. It's an interesting weapon. It's a fun weapon to use because it punches super hard, but it has enough drawbacks that like there's still interesting decisions to make around it. A lot of people like to feel powerful in games, but if you are just powerful, that can get boring very quickly. And I guess that's maybe not the case for everybody, but certainly for me at least, things just being powerful makes them boring, because who wants to win all the time? Who would do such a thing? So it's nice. It's nice when it's nice when a thing is powerful and well balanced, which in my opinion is a thing that a lot of game developers don't do all that well. All right. Hey, weren't there supposed to be turrets guarding this place? Yeah, there should be. Why? Because I'm not seeing any turret power signatures coming from the facility. I mean, we can see the turrets. They're just not online, right? I'll contact our Capellan representative and find out what's going on. In the meantime, Commander, keep the enemy away from that base. On it. I am all over it. Argo, this is Capellan Local Command. Our turrets have been disabled by Sabotage! And this is where if I had a soundboard, it would be like, dun dun dun! I've been thinking about getting a soundboard. Well, now there's a surprise. That's going to make this mission rough, Command. Suggestions? Well, I have a team of engineers that can manually restart the turrets. Hey, what a big surprise. So we just gotta keep those APCs alive until they reach the turret control building, which is not close to them. Do we have a zone for that? Okay, it's a tiny zone and it's over there, and they're on this street. These are Vargers? Yeah, no big shock there either. And we're already getting enemy... Where are these enemies? It's a little... The fact that all the buildings have red health bars is a little baffling to my quick senses here. Where... Oh. These are my mechs. Where the hell are the enemy signatures?
Waiting on you, Commander.
I actually can... Am I going crazy? There are 2 enemies within sensor range. Wow, those guys are really far away. See, this is the problem. They're barely at the edge of the sensor range of the APCs. I was looking for stuff around my mechs. Yo, actually, those are very far away. Okay, full sprints, everybody.
Going turbo.
I guess I could have had the hoplite wait. Maybe they'll come into range for a sensor lock. It's probably an error on my part. It's fine.
I'm here.
Somehow we shall persevere. I believe in us. Well, I don't. I believe in the idea of a man who believes in us. We're just gonna tap him with the 15s. I guess I can give him the 20s. This is just a removal of a very small amount of armor and also a point of evasion. Trying to keep his attention on me instead of on the buildings and the APCs.
Skipper.
You know, I watch a lot of other, content creators, I guess, is the accepted terminology. Some of whom use soundboards. Sometimes you can do something really funny with them. I'm going to just shoot one weapon here for a breaching shot. But I was mostly joking when I said I was thinking about a soundboard, because, man, it would be a thing that got used very, very sparingly. Because, boy, a lot of people just don't have any sense of restraint.
Hey, Commander.
Okay.
I got something on sensors.
Lost vision. The APCs have moved too far forward.
What can I do for you?
Well, we can definitely get vision, because the hoplite has those cheaty eyes of his. I think we just hop up here, right? This seems like a good place to sort of call the situation. So what's the other thing? Oh, they're both catapults. Okay, well, we've done a pretty good job piercing here. I assume it has ammo on both sides. Yeah, because it has a lot of missiles to fire. So that guy's on PPCs. This isn't too bad. This guy's probably we could deal with this. So I only have 40 resolve. We could go for a crummy, like a really crummy headshot. Oh, actually, never mind. Trampoline doesn't have breaching shot. We wouldn't be able to one-shot them with the AC-10 through their stuff. So I guess I will just... Hard to know which one of them is intending to go next. Maybe this is a sensor lock. Yeah, maybe we just sensor lock this guy to screw up his aim, and if he doesn't go right away, he also has very little evasion now. Wild that he managed to do no damage to this like weird piece of corporate art in this park. Some very accurate missile fire. Very precise missile fire. It's kind of both. Alright, yeah, we gotta get some damage on these enemies so that they will stop shooting the buildings. Actually, it might just not be possible to stop them. There's too many of them and they can all fire at too great a distance. They were all given super long range weapons. You don't have the ability to split fire.
Okay.
So I mean, what I should do here probably is hit the guys who haven't been hit yet. Try to draw their attention. It seems to be the case that a fair amount of the time, if you do some damage to an enemy, it stops shooting at other stuff. Can I shoot this building? Ooh. I mean, I should do that, right? That's the funny way to do this. Sorry, whoever owns that property. Well, that'll get his attention. Oh, actually, am I blocking them? They're probably able to maneuver around that, maybe. And I took that guy down because I figured we could get this guy with the Annihilator. Did I go for the face? We don't need this mech design, but I do want him to die quickly.
Target down.
And not that I'm advocating that you do anything like this in real life,
I hear ya.
but just from a pure, raw efficacy standpoint, if you want someone to die, shooting them in the face is like a pretty good way to make that happen. Wow, lucky headshot. Apparently Cruz heard what I was saying. She was like, oh, that is a good
Got
idea.
eyes on hostile reinforcements. They're heading your way.
Of course, they're on the opposite side of the buildings. Well, there goes our bonuses. The engineer APCs will make it.
Go time.
We will destroy the enemy vanguard, but all target buildings must survive is effectively already over. There's no way on earth. I'm assuming I can't get... Well, we could get over here and try to... Where did they drop exactly? Are there pods still on the ground? I guess I can't see them. Yeah, I think we have to start moving you over here. Is there any place where I can get vision of that guy? Because we still do need to... It's like, that's a no.
Time
Well,
to fly.
never mind. I totally get vision of him. I just can't shoot at him. Well, let's get the sensor lock at least. Mess up his aim and stuff. Alright, that is fine by me. Shoot at the Annihilator if you want.
My old mama can hit harder than that.
Apparently we've learned that Uncrackable's mom punches Max. Listen, in some of these rim worlds, there's probably not a ton to do, but as we well know from having played this game, there are battle mechs literally everywhere all of the time. There's an infinite supply of them. Yeah, see, this right here is what I was talking about when I said it is unrealistic that we can save all the buildings. Because all of the enemies will have come in with super long-range weapons, and we just... In order to have a chance of stopping this, we would have had to have known they were going to come in at a different angle, known what different angle they were going to come in at, and then have already had mechs down there before that happened. They came in over here. Yeah, the only way we could hope to stop them from destroying the buildings is to get over here and attack all of them quickly enough. There's no way we can make that happen. This is kind of a bummer, because, like, effectively, this all target buildings must survive is a goal that, from our perspective, is basically random. There's no way for us to affect it one way or the other. It might be possible on some runs. It won't be possible on all runs, and we don't get a say. But
Affirmative.
defend target buildings, like let enough buildings survive, isn't actually difficult enough to be interesting. Because you'd have to fuck up really badly for them to be able to destroy enough buildings to make you lose. I think the difficulty on these needs to be dialed a little bit differently, is what I'm saying.
One of our structures has been eliminated.
It needs to be a little bit easier to do the optional and a little bit harder to do the required.
I've been sensor locked.
I will say we're doing a bad job of killing the enemies here. It would be nice if more of the enemies were dead at this point. Yeah, the Annihilator needs to commit pretty hard. And I think we're going to have the Crab just run this way and try to start punching through those guys. So we could probably kill this catapult, right? Even without a headshot, we could probably just go through the middle. I did not realize I was coming in from the side quite so much, but that's fine. 72 plus 100 and... okay. We could do that.
Here we go.
Turns out we just do like a hell of a lot of damage with a volley. And then Uncrackable, as the guy's dying, Uncrackable calls him trash. Savage. Just absolutely brutal. Alright, additional guns will certainly be helpful.
Waiting on you, Commander.
Crab goes over here. What is this? This is a Victor. The kind that has an AC-20. Unfortunately, it has an AC-20 on the opposite side, so it can't really interact with that. And in fact, it has nothing of value on this side. It is tiny, tiny little baby guns on this side. Well, let's take his leg, maybe. I guess we could try to just burrow through. What are we looking at in terms of armor here? So that's 160, and then... that's pretty serious. But it's possible. We could go through the left torso. The first shot from the AC-20 could even break it, because it'll punch through the armor and then it could crit. I believe the shot that actually breaks the armor does have a chance to crit. So that could save us some damage. We might actually be able to just kill him with a shot to this side. Pretty unhappy about that hit going to the leg. That's a lot of wasted damage. At this point, the APCs are just rolling support. I mean, listen, if they want to finish off his leg, that would be okay with me. It is cool to get to work with,
Hell yeah, it's on.
to get to work alongside stuff more often. You know, a lot of the types of enemies that are usually... A lot of the types of units and turrets and stuff that we're usually fighting. So the Archer and the Griffin are the last two on that side, right? We should probably clean those up before we go engaging with anybody else. We need to be able to re-devote some of our stuff. So I probably want to put the Marauder in a place where it's not as easy to hit from this side. This is, like, terrifyingly close to the enemies. But it does let me put my full complement of weapons into putting the Archer down. And we're absolutely going for the head here, because I would love to be able to take some pieces of this Archer home.
This should be good.
Alright, we had to get multiple headshots, and we did.
You're dead.
Marauder, wildly overpowered. That is absolutely fine. You shoot at the APC all you want. This is a lot of enemies. I do like the fact that those guys are getting up close on the heavy shredder. We might get to see an LRM turret do its thing, which I'm very excited about the prospect of. I wish I had more people with multi-shot. We need to train up some more pilots. We need some other balances of skills. Let's see. We could do some real damage to this guy. I mean, just like an unaimed shot into his left arc is extremely likely to kill his leg. How much health does this building have? 80? So it would be pretty easy for the crab to kill the building. And we could use that to reset my my recoil. This guy hasn't had his turn yet, and I don't really want him firing that AC-20 at us, so I think I am, in fact, going to just shoot him in the side here. What? I tried to click on the enemy. There we go.
Copy that. Firing Alpha strike.
Okay, that must have been just enough damage. That's helpful. I do wish my crab had some jump jets. Even like one jump jet would be a pretty big deal. So I would love to be able to get up on this raised platform. Poor APC. Tough though. They are tough little monsters. This building is going down in the next volley.
Orders?
Okay, so who is of primary importance? That's the assassin. Oh, that's the crab side. That's the assassin. I do need to knock out that guy. So like we gotta finish this side off and then get over here. An Orion, a dragon. Okay, yeah. I don't really like being up on the building here, but I don't think it's gonna end up being a big deal. The Annihilator's got a lot of leg armor. It'll be okay. Let's just put this dude away, and I probably don't have to aim. Armor on this thing is thick enough that there's a pretty good chance that just a straight volley allowing me to preserve some resolve into next turn,
Firing.
will give me a kill. Or at least it'll do, you know, meaningful damage here, like take his leg off, for example. The other leg only has 57 health, so that's like a really easy Marauder pickup. But that reinforcement pod came in with full armor and everything, huh? So that's a grasshopper. And as much as I want to let the AC-20 cool down, I think maybe we should use our resolve here. Sorry, we should use our coolant vent, which we will have to do. And then with precision strike, you have a 45%? Really? Wow. Hold on, what was it without? I thought it was a 45 without. It's a 40. The precision strike's supposed to change the difficulty by 4 classes, though. Why is it only increasing it by 5%? Oh, 40% must have been... There must be a cap on the number of negative modifiers that you can have. And so it must be that our shot is actually 25%, but affected by that cap. Well, in that case, I don't know that I do want to take an aim shot. I think maybe I just turn off the UAC-20. Makes the coolant vent kind of not necessary. Yeah. Just light this guy up. Let him know that I'm paying attention. Let him know that he must pay attention. And the fact that both of the large laser shots went center is actually really good for us. We may well be able to core him out easily. Maybe even without having to spend any resolve on it. Ooh, almost got that knockdown.
Show 'em what you got.
Yeah, turret's very... Yeah, I was going to say very close to dead, but too close, it turns out. Maximum death closeness. Alright, I really think we need to finish this guy off. We can take it pretty easy. Let's let the autocannons cool down. Nope, no, hold on. Right click is supposed to back me up out of this menu. There we go. Yeah, we're shooting at this leg, which has 57 health. That's an awkward number. Maybe we don't turn off the autocannons, we turn off the lasers, because I really need to lose some heat here. Alright, if any two of these... If these two weapons paired, or this weapon, hits the leg, we're good. Alright, we got there.
Did you see that? Did you see it?
So this side is all clear. We can devote the assassin to the guys coming up from behind, and the... Probably it's like the assassin and the marauder stay together and head toward those guys. We should be able to take out these lances in just pairs, especially with the turret back up. These guys are working hard to give me good large laser shots, which I really appreciate. That blackjack's not exactly terrifying. We have to do 122 damage center to kill that grasshopper. That's absolutely doable.
Okay.
Oh, we didn't quite get there.
Critical hit, Commander.
Wow, that was really close. A single extra missile from the 15 launcher would have done the job. Well, I don't feel too bad about that. Now, like, one of our turrets could potentially kill him. And I think with that, I'm okay to bring the catapult around to this side. Oh boy, stray shots on the building. We really need to move that annihilator. Whatever. Like I said, we got a lot of leg armor. It's fine. How much health does that building have left? 11. Please be distracted by other stuff. Okay, yeah, shoot at the catapult. That's fine. That could have gone really sideways. Don't stand on the target building.
Confirmed.
Okay, Annihilator, you must make it this way. Ooh, it looks like we're not going to be able to shoot at anything on this side this turn, so I guess we're jumping while facing. I'm going to try to make it so the other mechs aren't in my back arc so much as my side arc. And we're going to have some heat problems this turn. So probably what we do is just... We could aim, try to kill an assassin, and almost certainly be successful, because look at how tiny and weak it is. Or we could just fire a couple of autocannon shots without aiming, and we could aim. I'm trying to preserve our resolve a little bit, but I guess we may as well just get the job done. Nope, not you. Grasshopper, fire center, let all of this stuff cool down. Just one of those two shots needs to land.
Engaging target. Target down.
That removes a huge percentage of the damage of that that arc of their force.
What can I do for you?
They are now tiny and weak. Is he the last one? Yeah, okay, this is the last one over here. So actually, I should back away as much as I can while still being able to fire.
I read you, Commander. Moving out. All weapons are go.
Oops, I accidentally leveled a city block. Okay, no, there was one more. But that's fine. We've got him under control. That's a huge amount of accidental collateral damage there. This Wolverine is really taking a pounding. It's a little weird that they're so fixated on him. He's definitely not the highest priority threat, in my opinion. He did just lose almost all of his weapon systems, so hopefully they'll transfer off, reprioritize a little bit. Okay, you need to shoot some dudes. Probably from as far away as you safely can. So you have 60 resolve. We will be able to do another aim shot. Is it the Dragon or the Thunderbolt? LRM-10 plus a large laser versus LRM-10 with an AC-5. I guess the Thunderbolt's a higher priority? Let's try to get lucky with the autocannon.
Roger that. Firing on target.
Well, it's something. It was the wrong autocannon. I should have been more specific. But it's something. So what is... He's got 80 health left in the center and a single medium laser. I mean, he's close enough to some buildings that he could shoot at them. There's another situation where I really wish I had multi-shot on the catapult. Don't know how much I want to move here. Can I get 2 evasion? I could. That puts me into medium, like pretty good medium laser range. And I don't really want to shoot the Thunderbolt here. I think I want to let the Thunderbolt be somebody else's problem. I might just want to back up and indirect fire. As much as I like shooting the large laser.
I guess.
Maybe we just rain some fire on the dragon.
Lucky target.
Because I think that Thunderbolt's under control. I think the Annihilator should be able to go for the face on this one.
Yep.
I will say, this mission would be pretty hard if you failed... Oh, I can't get in range of... Well, that's fine. The Orion is also a good target. This mission would be pretty hard if you failed to get the turrets back online, I think. Obviously, we want to fire the AC-10s if we can.
Enemy eliminated.
You gotta hit the shoulders first to build a little bit of suspense. It's one thing I really appreciate about Uncrackable is he knows how to build the dramatic tension of a volley of gunfire. I probably should not be standing in front of the target buildings. I'm giving the enemies free damage by missing me. Okay, Crab, can you kill this guy with large lasers alone? Blackjacks are not super tough, and he does have ammo in his center torso. I think I'm going to continue to back up. Try to make sure that we're staying in optimal large laser range. Alright, at least he knows we're not ignoring him. I would hate for him to feel left out. I guess I could have just shot the building. Maybe that would have been smarter. My concern is that if I knock that building out and he falls, I might not actually be able to hit him anymore. I might lose my line of sight.
It's go time.
That is just fine.
What can I do for you?
Hoplite is probably in a really good position to finish off this Thunderbolt. And I might... We don't have Ace Pilot. So do I want to move into cover? I'm a little leery of moving forward, obviously, but moving into the cover is probably a smart idea. If I'm going to move into cover, I should do it in such a way that I generate... Boy, there's not a lot of evasion available. Alright, right here's fine, I guess. We're at 50, so if we can get a kill here, it will give us enough resolve to do another aim shot. We're just going to go with the maximum number of weapons. Trying to ward off bad luck here.
And stay down.
Ooh, somehow it survives.
Hey.
Structure that thing living with structure exposed means that it has fewer than 7 HP left. I think I do just want to knock the building out. We'll, Oh, I'm not... Sorry, I'm not rotated in a way that allows that to happen. This. And then we'll just give it the 15. That should allow me to, yeah, lose almost all my heat. So we'll compromise his position a little bit. We busted up one of his legs pretty badly already, so I'm hoping... The tonnage of the mech clearly determines the amount of damage it takes from a fall, so that's a bit of a bummer, because he's not that heavy.
Confirmed.
Annihilator can get the dragon pretty easily. There is a spot where we can hit the Wolverine. I don't care about that Wolverine that much. Would be cool to fire from the front arc. Can I do that while also having cover? No, in fact, I cannot do it at all. None of these positions fire into the front. Well, whatever, that's fine.
10-4.
Definitely need to stop jumping for a second, having some minor heat issues. And his AC5 is on this side, right? Yeah, so we can just go through the torso. We can try to hit the head, I guess. The torso shot is so guaranteed, and his armor is weak enough that I think this is a reasonable way to do this.
Reporting. Critical hit.
I hear ya.
Do really appreciate all of their APCs having sensor lock. I have, in fact, lost my shot. Our worst nightmares have come true.
Uh-huh.
But the good news is... I do not get to just volley straight through this guy's side.
Got it.
There we go. It's fun to shoot small mechs with the autocannon.
Did you see that? Did you see it?
Is that just an advertisement for House Kurita? Do the noble houses have to advertise? These turrets are doing pretty good work. In case you were wondering why I'm always so worried about turrets, why I commit so hard to destroying turrets, especially heavy turrets, this kind of stuff is why. They can wear a mech down surprisingly quickly. Like, shockingly quickly.
Affirmative.
They can do the kind of damage where after they've done it, you're like, hey, didn't I have a giant robot here at some point? How much health does he have in his middle? The dragon is a design that we need, and it's also one we don't have. So actually, maybe I try to preserve some of him. We could go for the headshot, but my concern with that is that there would be enough, in order to feel certain that we're going to get him, we'd have to fire enough weapons that I think we'd overflow and kill the center torso anyway. We might actually be able to get this, though. So we want to dial in about 150-ish damage. Do I want to maybe switch to the other lasers? This is basically like all of the shots have to hit that leg. But it's good.
Tell me what to shoot.
Okay, we managed to do that without coring him, so that'll leave 2 pieces of him in the salvage pool instead of just 1.
What? No.
And I will say I am quite glad that we did not put a bunch of points into salvage here, because I don't think there are that many mech pieces that we wanted to take home. All right, let's just gut this dude. I guess taking his leg is maybe the most sensible way to bring him down quickly, given the dubious aim of this mech and the fact that he has bulwark up. 140 through bulwark, but I guess, you know, he has ammo in his center torso and everything. Let's just core him. Yeah. The missiles don't cluster all that well, unfortunately.
Orders?
We do have coolant vent, so I guess... Oh no, we're just barely not in range.
Moving out.
Well, if he survives to next turn, he's gonna get crabbed real good.
Yep.
I don't think he's going to. I think his time here is over.
Copy that.
Let's take a second to work all those heat sinks, and yeah, my guess is the turrets will get him. It's too many shots to that exposed ammo bin. I guess this one's on the side, not on the front.
Time. Waiting on you, Commander.
Oh, we're not able to make a move that gets us range.
Right, Commander.
I guess that's fine. We probably should cool the hoplite down anyway. Oh no, not my 1300th point of armor.
I'm here.
I kind of want to just, here, we're going to reserve down. I want to resolve this with the crab. I think that's the way it will be the most satisfying. Thank you for the sensor information. No, I was trying to click on my crab, and the done button appeared over top of him after I had already clicked. Well, I guess we're surrendering the kill to our allies. It was a diplomatic move. I just wanted them to feel like they were really part of this. We want them to think of us as generous people.
Mission successful.
That's a real bummer, though. I clicked before the UI element was there, and the click registered on the UI element that showed up. Okay, so over 1 million. It's not awesome, but we did not, in fact, get a pay bonus for getting the APCs to the thing. So, once again, I'm gonna tab over here and grab my big ol' listo mechs. What do we actually need? The blackjack. We do need a dragon. We already have a grasshopper. Do we have a Griffin 1N? We have... Yes, we do have a 1N. We have an Orion V, not an Orion K, so pieces of that are worthwhile. We do still need this Victor. And I do like this mech. I think this is a good, strong cavalry mech. Alright, let's grab a piece of a Victor and finish off Catapult C... No, Catapult C4 is the one we don't need. Catapult K2 we already have. The Archer is a newer mech. I do like it. It's a cool mech, but I don't know. We're going to take that piece. Maybe we start working on a dragon? I like the dragon. I think the dragon's a good mech, generally. Do we need the Thunderbolt 5 SE? Yeah, okay. We don't actually have any of the Thunderbolts completed. There are three of them that we have to put together. And remember, we're going to get some more stuff here. Maybe we'll finish something. I'm going to take a piece of the dragon. I think it's just like, take part of any mech at this point. Do we have the... Where are the blackjacks? BJ1. Oh no, we actually have a BJ1 already. We totally don't need that. I guess we've just seen enough of them. This is fine. So we got a piece of an Orion K. Really hard to justify that at 1 ton. I mean, it's hard to justify any arm mod, and I guess we are using one. So who knows? Maybe I'll find a use for it. As far as loot goes, that was fine. I might say resoundingly okay. While we're here, we probably need to look at hiring as well. I guess there's one more mission, so it's not a thing we have to worry about right this second, because we will be here for half of another episode probably. We got to make sure that we hire on some people. This would probably be a good time to do it as all of our stuff is coming online. Okay, there's some people who already have some things. I was kind of hoping that this would be a place where we would encounter a couple of elites, a couple of mech warriors who are already very developed, because we have good rep in this place, and also our MRB rating is nice and high. This is part of the reason I wanted to wait on hiring, so that we could hire pilots who are already more developed. But that's fine. We'll pick up some people here. How much space do we have in the barracks? Is our barracks complete? 7 of 24. Okay, yeah, so we really do want to get this completely filled with people, and we want to make sure that they get all of them at least to the training threshold, where the simulator is no longer giving them XP, right? What is that number? 30,000 total XP. Okay. We can make that happen. That is a thing that can happen. Anyway, this is probably where we ought to call it for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Come back next time for a little bit more of this very difficult work, and then some kind of plan. I'm going to have to come up with some kind of plan. Come back to see what it is, and we'll see you then.